Hello everybody, welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Today we're going to be carrying on with our Let's Play of Doki Doki Literature Club. We are writing our third ever poem in today's episode, as well as seeing what that does to the story. And right, let's get going. Straight away we have the same usual mini-game where we pick from a bunch of different options. We have 10 words per page, 20 pages to choose from, and somehow that will amalgamate itself into a poem that people will enjoy. So let's get cracking, shall we? And we're going to keep it light-hearted with Marshmallow. Kitty. Bed. Warm. Fun. Sunny. Candy. Hope. After image. Question. Boop. Sweet. Hair. Uncanny. Puppy. Spinning. Games. Fireworks. Marriage. And parfait. A marriage parfait. Can you imagine it? Okay, so we're back in the classroom, and Monica seems a little bit upset. She's the last one here again. She's late once again. What are you doing, Monica? You're the goddamn president. What are you doing being so late to the party here? Don't worry, though. I've only just walked in as well. Were you practicing piano again? Asks Yuri. And yeah, she was, apparently. Must have had a lot of determination, says Yuri, starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. That's magnanimous of her. I like that about Monica, is that she seems to know exactly the right things to say to keep people on side and to keep people's feelings where they need to be. She's super happy that we're all willing to help out for the festival as well, so that's lovely. Can't wait for the festival, says Natsuki. It's going to be great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Yes, but she's probably had some sugar. And look at the smile on Natsuki's face. Everybody blushing as well. Lots of blushing. Yuri blushing very, very heavily at the moment. I wonder if that choice that we made yesterday is necessarily going to make things better or worse between us two. She's not talking about our part of the festival. Oh, she's just looking forward to the festival in general. I can understand that. It must be a lot of fun. I do wonder about that sometimes. Like, school festivals often feel like they're for the benefit of everybody except for the students, who have to spend most of the time either manning their class's project, be it, I don't know, a maid cafe or a horror maze or something like that. It must be like parents and younger and older siblings that enjoy these days more than the actual students themselves. It's kind of a shame. But having said that, I would have loved to have this kind of thing, a school festival at my school when I was their age. We did have something kind of similar, but it was more of an amalgamation of Sports Day. And British kids will absolutely know what I'm talking about here. Sports Day is like, one day a year. Basically, you get to just bog off from classes and just do racing, running and all kinds of track and field and stuff. But they amalgamated it with a couple of other things. So there were like classes that were selling like hot popcorn, like freshly popped popcorn and all that kind of stuff. It's a nice touch, but never to the extent that they did it here. They do it in Japan, sorry. So anyway, we're going to move on. I'm well aware that I'm probably dragging by the standards of other YouTubers that have played through Doki Doki. It's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Oh, fried squid. Oh, I love calamari. Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to be looking forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people? Wait, why Monica, of all people? Is her dad a fisherman or something? Or like a fishmonger. Or maybe she's the heiress of a billion yen squid empire. That's probably it, isn't it? Besides, what do you mean, you of all people? I love that they put these questions into your head and immediately they answer them. Like, they're not taking any shit. Because it's right in your name. What? Natsuki. No, I don't. Monica. Huh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Huh? Never mind. Well, if that's not how to say your name, please tell us how to say your name. Is it Monica? Monica? It's Monica, isn't it? It's Monica. Seems like Natsuki just enjoys teasing people. Where is Sayori anyway? That's a good question. There she is. Hey Sayori. I waved my hand in front of her face. Huh? Spacing out again, girl. Ah, sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Oh god. Is she not feeling right? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry about it too much. I'm fine. Sayori shows me a big smile, but I think we've all had experience of friends or family that say they're fine, but you can tell. Oh, and we just give up just like that. Okay, yeah, fine, dickhead. Worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation's already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. Timidly, I approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Dave, what's up? This might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori? Anything up with her? In what way? Maybe I'm reading into it a bit too much, but she seems downcast. Oh, you think so? Can't say I've noticed anything about her. Oh, well, you're just as inattentive as I am as a friend then, aren't you? Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Dave. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her, but this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Yeah, are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Dave. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Huh? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it's always been. You're so funny, Dave. Have you thought about maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? Oh, is that it? Is she not like that when she's just around you girls then? And now she's backing off, she said too much. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear from her. I can't hear from here. I sigh and sit down myself. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her, that I'm letting this weigh down me so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay everyone, after some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayuri. What should I do? Where should I go first? Well, I said we were going to start with the president, so let's go reverse order today. Hi Dave! Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. Whatever you do, I'm sure it will turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Right, let's see what she thinks of our poem. I like it, Dave. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No, it kind of makes me think of something that Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. That's not what we were really aiming for though. We were aiming for Sayuri and then she's ended up saying it's more of a Natsuki joint. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Huh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably wouldn't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, okay? Alright. Right, the lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. I think I met her once, actually. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, a victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking, but before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Ooh. Very nihilistic, but I like it. I feel like learning and looking for answers are the things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Aha! Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yes, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? Yes. All the time. All the fucking time. It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. That's actually really good advice. It's really, really good advice. Because, you know, who are you most likely to take advice from? Are you going to are you more likely to take advice from someone that has been there and done that and had the same struggles that you have and has maybe worked through them, or even people that haven't necessarily worked through those problems but have a different point of view and a different approach to things? Or are you just going to ask the opinion of someone that has never done that thing at all and would have no experience that would really lend itself to solving your problems? So it's an interesting quandary. Right, Yuri's next. Let's have a little look at what she has to say. Decided to try something different today? I guess so. Is that good or bad? Well, neither. I have my preferences, but it would be unfair for me to call something good or bad based on that. As always, I believe it's what's important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Huh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Huh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sort of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What? What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. So she's an outcast. A loner. I think we can all relate to that on some level. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay, alright, let's have a look at Yuri's poem. Another beautifully scripted poem, nice and long. It's entitled Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth... I can't even read that. Is it... Castically meets the waves? Chaotically. It's chaotically. Okay, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky and expanse of bliss. I can't read at the moment, I apologise. But beneath grey, rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. But where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. Again, very nihilistic, but I like it. It's a nice analogy. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle but powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore. Drift forward and I return to earth forevermore. Lovely poem, but too many references to dying again. She's aware that the beach is an inane thing to write about, but she did her best to take a metaphorical approach. You say that you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways, so Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But... well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. So that is 2 of the 4 girls down. And now we're going to be reading another poem about the beach that we've just found out about. And that will be Natsuki's poem. So let's see what she thinks of ours. And then let's see what she's written herself. Finally! Huh? This one, it's good. I was wondering how long it would take you. Alright. Yeah, she likes this one. It's more her pace. I just hope that... yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Yeah, seriously. Don't listen to what anyone else says. Especially Yuri. Just keep writing poems just like this. That's all you need. Are you sure that's not just what you want? Excuse me? You're talking to a pro, you know. Don't you think you should trust my opinion the most? Yeah, I guess that depends. Aren't you biased towards poems that are more simple and cute? Biased? Of course not. My opinion just happens to be the best. I love her cockiness. It's brilliant. There's one thing I still can't tell. Is Natsuki actually self-aware of her spoiled behaviour? At this rate, I don't know if I'll ever figure it out. Fair enough. I'm glad that you like my poem after all. Ahaha, I knew you'd finally understand. Just keep showing me your poems and you'll be a pro before you know it. Anyway, here's the one I wrote. Right, I'll be your beach. Okay, so again, another beach-based poem. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. She's very young to be talking about this kind of stuff. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. It's a very different approach, isn't it? The beach is awesome, I completely agree. It's very difficult to write about negativity on the beach. Yuri's take on it was a little more solemn. Well, geez, she better not have said anything bad about mine. After all, she was the one who wanted us to write about the same topic. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up kind of being metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Right, here we go. Sayori is the last one on the list. And I'm noticing that the order that we pick who to show our poems to does seem to affect what they say during the conversations. Maybe only slightly, because obviously Natsuki and Yuri, if we'd done it the other way around, then Natsuki wouldn't have said at any point during the conversation that she already knew that I knew that it was that they'd agreed to have the same subject. It's one of those weird things. So I don't know, it's kind of cool. I like that they've got these little wrinkles in here. Now hopefully Sayori's going to like this one. This is your best one so far? Yeah, get in. You've been a little bit quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe just a little tired. Do you want to nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. I hope she hasn't got a concussion. Like, genuinely, like, that would be an interesting wrinkle in the story, wouldn't it? Just a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end... yeah, I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get close with everyone else? Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I will need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how a poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. Oh man. Without even trying, he's smashing out these chat-up lines that are 100 times better than I would ever manage in my fucking life. It's ridiculous. It's so aggravating. And this guy's a fucking dick. And he's still managing to pull out this shit. Like, it's so frustrating. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about it. Yep, Sayori. No. Dave. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? upset her now. I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Just a little rain cloud. Sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. You shouldn't have to... And this is just a general observation. I'm not necessarily talking about Sayori here. And sorry to get super serious for a second, but this music's putting me in the mood as well. I think it's all too easy to try and put a smile on your face and pretend that nothing's the matter, especially when other people are asking whether you're okay. And honestly, like I think that you do yourself more harm than good by bottling it up and by acting as though you're fine. If someone's asking if you're okay, it's okay not to be okay. You know, I know that sounds like some kind of well-rehearsed and over-researched tagline for a campaign or something, but it's true. If you're not feeling at your best, your friends are there to pick you up, and if you don't want picking up, that's fine, but you just remember that your friends are there for you, and you know, in the same way that you would be there for them, they're there for you. And don't ever feel like you're bringing them down by showing how you're really feeling. So if you're in a position like Sayori is here, and you feel like the world is crumbling down around you, and in the last 18 months I think we've all had that feeling, don't feel that you have to brave it and that you have to front it out and pretend like everything's happy and, oh, it's just a little cloud. Like, yeah, it might just be a little cloud, but don't undersell how you're feeling and let people in. You know, we've lost a lot of people over the last couple of years, and I think it's unnecessary to lose these people who clearly have people that care about them. And that is as much as I'm going to take it down today. Let's get back into the show, shall we? So, just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm going to go home a little bit early today. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. I should have followed her. Something did sound a bit unusual. Deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is a common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sigh. She does help lighten the mood. It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. It's a perfectly natural bodily function. We all do it. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? Hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? Exactly. Thank you, Natsuki. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's exactly what I did say. It's fucking ridiculous that we didn't have an option to go home with her. So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Who? That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure... No! Fucking tell me! For Christ's sake! Because maybe this dumbass that we're playing at needs to hear what she said so that we can put it right. Natsuki's going to be making cupcakes. You might need a lot of them and different flavours. Can you handle all that by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. Professional cook as well as professional poet. As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can... Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, you are not useless, Yuri. We just haven't come up with something for you yet. You're the most talented person here, you know? Yeah, Natsuki's not going to like that. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't be the leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting. You know, she does have lovely handwriting, probably the best of all of the people here. You should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at the desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll do a wonderful job. She will probably do a fantastic job. But anyway, that just leaves you, Dave. Oh, great, I've got a job as well. The one who is truly useless. Self-deprecating humour. You gotta love it. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I wouldn't mind a bit of help, says Yuri. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Dave may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Dave to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't. It is a science, baking, as I'm sure you've all heard before. Cookery is an art form, and baking is a science. You can't just half-arse those measurements, otherwise things tend not to rise. Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. They're going to give me a choice to make here, aren't they? In the end, I think it's up to Dave to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really had a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know. So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry, I was just saying though, jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Dave, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone look straight at me. But of course, I'm going to go with... And they've given me the choice for Sayori. Now, I have a theory that concentrating so much on Sayori is upsetting her because she wants to see me making friends with other people. But the problem is that if I spend time with any of the other girls, my character is just going to decide, right, I want to be with you now. You're my, you're the one I want to have as a girlfriend. So if I choose Sayori, am I going to upset her more? And if I don't choose her, who do I choose instead? This is a tough one, man. I think Natsuki clearly does want my help, but she's going to make me do all the shitty work. Yuri seems like she's genuinely interested in just having me to help with what she's doing. And let's face it, the way they're framing this game, it's all about, we're all desperate to spend time with you because we're all crazy for you, because that's how this game is. Monica is the super obvious answer because they're making her out to be like, the wonderful, multi-talented, billionaire-esque kind of what you'd be mad not to want to be with this woman kind of character. And that makes me slightly less interested in being with her. I don't want to push Sayori over the edge, so maybe I should go for one of these three. I'm going to go for Yuri. I don't know why, but I'm going to go for Yuri. And I'm going to save before we make the choice. Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying... Ugh. So you'll be helping Yuri then, Dave? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be really useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a bit sour. Yeah, look, she probably is feeling a little bit sour because, again, it seems like the whole point of this game is that everybody's hungry for my you-know-what. But she said that she didn't really want my help. And, you know, I'm probably an awful, typical man for taking her on her word for that. But she's more than capable. She's showed that she's more than capable of baking on her own. She's said in other conversations, according to these two, that she'd do it by herself. So what's the problem? And Monica never seemed to be particularly bothered about it, so I'm just going to help Yuri. Are you guys excited? Well, excited might not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Dave? Me? I guess you'd say I'm interested in how it will turn out. It's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? I'm pissed. Natsuki? What? Why is everybody yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm so sorry for this. I don't really know why Dave picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They really go well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will ever compare to that. So, I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be so far out of her comfort zone. But I begin to understand. She was trying to make it... she's trying to fill the Sayori role. That's cool. Even though it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps people smile and feel good about themselves. I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. Ganbarimasu! But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out there then. Realise I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then, Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay, I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Huh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason, but it's probably because she's got raccoons just absolutely strung up from every single fucking place. It's not like it would matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Dave. I think we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. I didn't just pick you because I felt bad. In fact, I didn't pick you because I felt bad at all. It's just, I felt that you probably would benefit from the help the most. You don't actually think that, do you? Again, she's like the social outcast, isn't she? I don't know why. Like, yeah, she's quiet, she's bookish, but I mean, she's a pretty girl. They're all pretty girls. None of them need to be anywhere near it, but then it's fiction, isn't it? You know. Oh, look at all of these unbelievably good-looking girls that can't get a boyfriend, and they're all after this one nerd. The plot of almost every fucking anime ever. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. Thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out you're overthinking, right? I didn't realise. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Well, I often say you can tell the intentions of a person from looking into their eyes. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. She does trust me, so that's good. And she's really looking forward to Sunday. I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door. Yuri follows, and that is the end of the day. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've got pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. Should we invite Sayori? More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between... Stop thinking with your dick, dude. You've got two brains. Use the big one in between your ears. I don't want to... Oh, God's sake. Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off of it. Stop trying to force something to happen between someone that you... This is the problem. The game is making me think that I shouldn't spend all of my time with Sayori because I'm going to make her really depressed about me not making friends with other people. Like, obviously, when she wanted me to join her club, it was because she wanted me in the same club as her. But genuinely, I think that she wants me to make friends with other people and not be a neat. But they're so good together. Like, seriously, you look at all of the stuff that Sayori and our character have said to each other, and they just feel like a perfect match, you know, like cheese and crackers, or I don't know, football and a pint of beer. Like, it absolutely fits together perfectly, and it just feels kind of weird that I can't spend all my time with her because I'm somehow going to make her worse. It is very, very well done, this story, because it's really making me hesitant from one time to another. Right, Sunday already, so Yuri's on her way around. I'm increasingly anxious about Yuri's visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous. She's clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. No doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting. Extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori. Dude, you haven't at least knocked on her door to see how she is. It's been fucking 48 hours, you dipshit. I knew I should have selected her name. If you're worried about someone in the back of your mind, just reach out. Just send her a text. Jesus fucking Christ, at the very least send a text. Yes! Good boy. Well done. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. That's the thing, normality. Just treat it as completely normal. I'm just coming over to say hello. Once I reach her house, I knock on the door before entering myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made a habit of simply entering into each other's houses like we're family. Also because, you know, one time she nearly burnt the house down cooking. The house is quiet. She's not anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange for her not to run down and greet me. Head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. There she is. Forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Room's as messy as it's always been. She's got a massive plushie of a cow in the background there, which I'm a massive fan of already. I swear, this game, it must be listening to my microphone, because I say something and literally the next paragraph, they bloody say it. I also recognise the same stuffed animals and wall decoration that it's just had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. No, because I would end up cleaning it. Yeah, exactly, there we go. How come you suddenly want to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Oh, well, she knows about that. She must be keeping in touch with the other girls. There we go. So Eerie had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. Okay. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations. That's true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica? Of course. I'm just helping her online. Didn't plan to meet up or anything. So it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. More silence. Stares in a random direction. Everything about her behaviour is really uncharacteristic. I'm really worried about her. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, something's wrong. You can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So she smiles and shakes her head. That's no good, Dave. Huh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my... Oh, come on. Really? So she's concerned because she's accidentally let her feelings be known. So she's got self-esteem issues as well then. Like she feels like she's not worthy of me or something, which is absolute fucking bullshit, because if anything, it's the reverse. Like, our character is the one that isn't worthy of her. This is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. Just wants to torture me. Are you listening to yourself right now? Yeah, I mean, she's talking mad. It is not selfish to want to hang out and be with someone that you love, whether platonically or romantically. Tell me what happened. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. You really put me in a trap, Dave. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. You're just going to make me say it, aren't you, Dave? Guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Yep, there we go. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy in caring to waste my... That's what it feels like, and that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. Can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayuri kept this from me from the entire time I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why? Why have you never told me? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Don't say shit like that. Saying shit like that doesn't help. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. And that's a genuine feeling. But you can't guilt trip someone by saying, you should have told me. Why didn't you tell me? You've betrayed me. Because that's fucking bullshit. At the end of the day, you feel the way you feel. I would have tried a little bit harder every day, a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Dave. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat is being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. So we were right about that. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Don't need to understand your feelings. Whatever it takes me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Dave. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could help is... The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am, and that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. This is heavy. Tight embrace time. Hugs make everything better. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. She's not hugging back, that's not a good sign. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, and you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away, and if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. Jesus. You'll forgive me if I don't read all of these captions out, guys. I would too. Yeah, come along, join in with us. No. Still feeling uneasy. It makes sense. It means he cares, so that's good. He's not such a dick after all. It's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over. I think Sayuri is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. Didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. You did. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yep, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. So here we are. I've got a very sparse looking room here. Nothing on the walls. TV, books, CDs on the top shelf there. There's a computer over here. Comfortable looking chair. A double bed. Interesting. Pretty boring room. So clean! Yeah, I did have to clean it before you came over. That's very considerate of you. Oh no, well you didn't want to see all the socks on the floor and, you know, all the rubbish piled up in the bin and everything. Do you enjoy cleaning, says Yuri. Well, we're not here to clean. We're here to do decorations, aren't we? Never open a drawer in a desk in a boy's room, especially at school age, because he's probably hiding something in there that he does not want you to see. Now she's panicking. Wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. Let go of her wrist. Puts both of her hands firmly in her lap as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. She's putting a lot of effort into this. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help to take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it, yeah. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? Makes me feel relieved. Kind of happy as well. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little bit. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. We've got candles, wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. Plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat if a slight fire hazard. What's that wooden thing though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? I am not at all familiar with aromatherapy. Is that so? It's one of my favourite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapour begins to sprout through a small hole in the top. Wow, that smells amazing. What kind of mood is that one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. Smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that will be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. But what I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. It would be pretty good. It would be pretty beautiful, actually. It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's good thinking. That's good thinking. She's going to work for like a big supermarket one day. It's really creative of her. I had no idea you'd be this good at it, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it. She giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels for sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Dave. You can write any characters you want. I'll help once I finish cutting the ribbons. Ah, alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length, then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know. You very nearly unveiled my porn drawer in my desk. If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. Okay, well, the poems kind of pointed to that as a possibility. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. A combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. I know loads of people that are into collecting things like knives and imitation swords and stuff. Like, the number of YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to and TV channels that, or TV shows that I've watched where people are making knives and swords and things, it's ridiculous. It's a very interesting thing, actually. I think it kind of suits you. Yeah, you'll think it suits her right up until the point that she stabs you. Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife, I can't deny that. She relaxed again, that's good. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. The dickhead cut himself, didn't he? For fuck's sake, I should change his name to Dickhead. Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault, she says. Yeah, of course, once again, she's blaming herself for the behaviour of someone else. I should have warned you. That knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. I should know the number of raccoons that I've killed in the last week. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. Is she a vampire? If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Oh, you... Oh, you dirty bitch. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. That's the most embarrassing thing I have ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. She was a little weird and it took me by surprise. You're not going to forgive her for it that easily, are you? I guess she was just trying to help, right? You've got to be fucking kidding me. That is not normal behaviour. Jesus Christ. Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. Really? Really? I think she's reacting just the right amount, honestly. That was fucking weird. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Dude, what the fuck? Holy shit, this thing is weird. You're so weird, Dave. Anyway, I think we're back on even. Where do you keep your bandages? There we go, we're back to normal. I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut and your tongue seems to have stopped the bleeding. That's relieving. Tension is quickly lifted. We resume our respective activities and our fingers will no longer go anywhere near each other's mouths. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Ah, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. You ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolour paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. Put them on the plate to catch any paint that drips and bring it back into the room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, putting it back over her arm. Oh, she's not a self-harmer, is she? Face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or something? Not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colours for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. You can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it would be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colours across the banner to serve as a colour guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. I guess it is that kind of thing that you would do in elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolours feels a lot like art class projects when we had back then. It's relaxing. Ah, I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun. Yeah, it's fun. I bet you feel that way as well. She stops painting for a moment while thinking. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading. It doesn't really matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things a little nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can't understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about some things like anime and games. Simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. That's true, that is something that definitely happens when you're into games or anime or something. You know, when you find someone else that can talk about that thing in the same way and feels the same way you do about it, it's a pretty cool experience. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. She leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kya! Sorry! She reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked for you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel. I rush out and fetch a small towel that I dampen with hot water. I return to the room and kneel back down in front of her. Oh god, here we go again. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. She's enjoying that. It's hot, I didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water, that would probably be a bit more shocking. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Oh god, here we go. Just a little longer. Feels really nice. I mean, this isn't as weird as sticking my finger in her mouth, so I suppose that's alright. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes in an intense expression that I recognise from when she reads her books. Lost in her daze, enveloped in her own thoughts. Gently breathing through slightly parted lips. Oh, here we go. What is happening? Well, if you were paying attention in biology, you'd probably know what was going on, but you'll find out sooner rather than later. Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling, or is it the fact that I'm getting a rock on? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm, and suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. Didn't mean to space out. It's fine. And we go back to normal. The moment's over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush and we get back to painting. Movements seem clumsier somehow, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that's just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars, even. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's it was very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add lettering now? No, not yet. It needs to dry first. I mean, yeah, that would make sense. So it's probably going to be a surprise, the wording on the banner, and it's probably going to be something that we'll react horribly to when we see it. That's true. That won't take a while. Well, possibly it would be best to leave it here and have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? I don't see why not. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. Say that like you're glad it's over. Yeah, I kind of am, actually, if I'm honest with you. It's not wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit. No, it's not that. It's just you're fucking weird. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. Okay, he's very diplomatic, this lad. Fair enough. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left. I was secretly hoping that we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Eerie thinks to herself, I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. Probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. She's far too nice. The important thing is that we got everything done here, right? Yeah, that's true. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to be a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. That doesn't mean that this is the last time it... Sorry, I've got hiccups, everybody. That doesn't mean it's the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out to the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I can help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. Yeah, because what are you going to do now? You going to lean in for a fucking kiss? You div? About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can just come over, or we can go out somewhere. Oh, I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Dave. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Again with the pixelated art where they've zoomed in. Like, is it asking too much for another asset, which is just slightly higher resolution? Never mind. How am I supposed to respond to that? Don't even get the chance because she suddenly pulls back. Are we about to get that lovely pullback animation again? We are! Hooray! Love that. Oh, Sayori's turned up out of nowhere. Eh? Hi, Dave. Sayori! Just now, we weren't doing anything. She's laughing, says it's okay. It's not. Just stopped by to say hi. Oh, it's nice to see you. Yuri is acting very, very nervous. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Whoa, she was off at a rate of knots. Couldn't see her for the fucking dust, could you? Properly embarrassed. Do feel a little bit sorry for her. I feel more sorry for Sayori, though, because she's clearly putting on this brave face, this really sunny, happy face, but is she really? Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Aha, well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. Does it actually make you happy, though? Like, I would love if now she can at least be honest about how she really feels with us, given the fact that we've had that moment where she's been open. See, she's got tears in her eyes. Now, are those happy tears or are they sad tears? I think they're sad. I think they're sad tears. I feel like a dick. Why am I feeling this way, Dave? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better. No, no. Just no. You're not going to disappear. Good boy. No, it's not true. Sympathy is not a wasted commodity. It's not a commodity that you can waste. Sympathy is purely the act of caring and compassion for another human being. There is nobody that you can waste your sympathy or compassion on. I wish people would stop feeling that way. If I could wave a wand and make that feeling disappear, I would. I'm not putting up with you being selfish. Monica was right. I should just what? What the fuck did Monica say? Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. It's alright to be scared. Life is full of scary moments. You just gotta face it down. Those scary moments are made easier when you've got people around you. People that care. I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Jesus. Hopefully he's getting the message now. And from now on, all of my choices are straight down to Sayori, because we've made this breakthrough now. We've made this breakthrough where she's been open and honest about her feelings. And I've said from the get-go that these two are perfect for each other. You know, they finish each other's sandwiches, as the old saying goes. Constantly looking out for each other. I think, honestly, like, our character that we're playing in this game just didn't realise how much Sayori meant to him in the same way that she has now opened up to him as feeling about him. And the Yuri thing, that wasn't even something that we had any control over. You know, probably I should have clicked on Sayori's name when we had that choice of who to help. But I was worried at the time that I might make things worse by going after her again. And clearly, I wouldn't have done. So, that's it now. She's the priority, and I feel sorry for Yuri, and I'm slightly concerned that she's got this knife fetish, and maybe self-harming, but don't misunderstand that, like, Sayori is the one that we're going to be concentrating on. So let's do it. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Sayori nods wordlessly. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give to you. Oh, this is a big choice. This is a big choice. Do it, do it, do it. Because we know it's more than fucking friendship. It's more than that. There's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realised it. Yes, you're right. You should have realised it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day helped me realise that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, as long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, and I know we'll both be happy. Of course this is okay. Why wouldn't it be? And sure, you know, the sunny, happy, effervescent girl that we saw at the very beginning of this game is not who she really is. But god damn it, if I'm not going to work as hard as I fucking can to get her to a point where she can be that person because she actually feels like it. She's still not happy though. She probably feels like she doesn't deserve it or something. Always thought this would be the happiest moment for me, but why? Even now, why won't the rain clouds go away? Because it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Mental health isn't an on and off switch. It takes time and patience and understanding and support and so many other things. It does take time. All you can do is be there to support them. That makes the festival our first date. I want everything to be the same as it's always been, even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. That's fine. That's fine. Takes as long as it takes. It will move along at its own natural pace. And as they get older, maybe they grow apart. Maybe they realise that they really are just really, really good friends, even if they do finish each other's sandwiches. But that's the thing about growing up, getting older. Life experiences is you sometimes grow apart, you sometimes grow closer. But right now, this feels like the natural choice. It really does. Like, growing up as friends, constantly in each other's pockets, looking out for each other, looking after each other. Everything is going to be new and scary, as she says there. There you go. He's not such a dickhead after all, is he? Is it making her feel sad? Don't understand what I'm feeling. Preach. Felt like a bunch of fawns when you told me you love me. But that's what I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, but you don't want to turn it into a controlling relationship where... That's not what I wanted. There is no good ending in this game, is there? But it's always been like this. He's always looked out for her. She's always looked out for him. Probably should be doing something more. Taking her to a doctor, taking her to a psychiatrist, trying to get her help to work through those feelings. Sometimes you just need that professional help, but it's a good first step to just sort out this complicated relationship between these two. And things may never be back to the way they were, and that's okay. It's just one of those things. Right, and that is going to do it for another episode. And maybe we will return later for the festival, the big event, the time when in other anime you would expect big revelations and happenings to take place. It's almost always during a festival. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and sorry for bringing it down as much as I did in that episode, but I feel like this is that kind of game anyway. Till next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.